Okay, let's start. So in this session we finally I'm gonna take my AC on. Okay, so this session is first of all, okay, we're gonna go for the the last chapter, the last part of building a Slack bot. Which is the bot behavior. So in previous session we've covered the architecture, the setup, the basic bot skeleton with an echo bot, which we're gonna build on top of today. The installation automation was a three-part session. We built the authentication server, then the database, and we've covered the running of multiple bots for various teams, and finally we've covered the automatic start of bots for teams who approve the bot. We're gonna use all this is gonna be transparent to us today, but we're gonna use the bot that we've built so far. And today what we're gonna do is change the bot behavior. So after we installed it and after we transfer various teams, we're gonna actually see how we can make this bot do different things than the simple echo bot. First of all, we'll start with the simple echo bot, and then we'll build on top of it to bring some dynamic content from the web. So okay, without adding too much, let's start. So so first things first, we in the configuration file we built to run the bot. We have the Slack token and the active plugins. So one thing we need to add in order to make the plugin debuggable more easily is we need to add a configuration for the plugin to set it into debug mode, like we have for the rest of the application. So pardon, don't. Hello Odin. So I'm gonna add the debug params for this, and it's important we also adding it for the plugin, because otherwise if the plugin crashes, we actually don't know why. If the bug is set to false, and it's set to false by default, we're setting it to true. So it's gonna be super hard to debug if you don't know why your plugin does not respond. So first of all, we add the debug to the config file of the whole bot, of the whole application, and we add the debug for our repeat plugin. You take the plugin class, you take it here, you add this line. It's pretty simple. So what else? Let's see our bot structure. We remember we had this bot. This is our file in our bot folder, and we have in it a subfolder that's called the plugins. That's what we're gonna do. That's where we're gonna build our first repeat plugin. Okay, so I'm gonna open it, and there you go. This is the repeat plugin we've built in our first session when we were setting up and just testing like the bot is working. What this plugin basically does is it processes messages, and every message it gets, it just repeats it with an additional hello to you as well. So let's see how this works. Hey again. Only in CLI? I'm not sure what the question is. You mean is there only chat interface? Only chat interface or buttons, you mean? Because or do I run it from the command line like here? because in order to start the first one, no, it only, you communicate to the bot only with chat. So we can, if there's enough demand, I can make a session that that the bot actually shows buttons, but yeah, but that's not part of this specific session. This session is going to be super basic. In order to add buttons, you need to build on top of that. So okay, let's see. So our bot, here's, let's see. This is our bot. Let's start it. There we go. The bot's online. Hello bot. Okay, and the bot responds, hello user ID whatever. Hello bot to you as well. Okay, so basically we have a simple response mechanism. Now the thing is, okay, the server is pretty annoying with this line. I'm gonna remove this logging, so this is easier to debug, because the sleep we know is working. So okay, and let's start it again. Yes, okay, that should do it. Slept for a sec. Okay, I want to remove this as well. So I only want to see, sorry, internet went down, so sorry for that. Where did I lose you guys? I guess okay, let me check that 1 second. Let me reconfigure my stuff here. Okay, so so let's recap. We have the bot here. I killed all the prints, okay, all the debugs, so that we can debug, so that we have clean debug for the plugin. Okay, perfect. So there's an annoying feature. I asked thanks, good to be back. I asked about it the repo of the Python Slack bot. I still haven't got a reply, but the thing is, the bot reads the last message, its own message. When it comes up online, it reads its own message as a message on the channel. I guess it's a bug in the implementation, but there's a simple workaround it, which I'm gonna show now. So every time it comes online, it does this. It reads how does it read the message? Now it's an event-based thing. So for example, if I'm writing a message, hello there, dear bot. Okay, so what happens only when I submit the message? If we look here, if we look at the repeat bot plugin, the repeat plugin, we have a function that's called process message, and it captures the event of the message. Okay, cool. So now, in order to prevent this annoying functionality that every time when I put the bot up, see, I'm gonna put it up. It reads his last message, which is annoying. Okay, I'm gonna make a little helper function that's gonna prevent this from happening. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check if the message happened in the last 5 or 10 seconds, which is enough time to rerun the bot, and so it doesn't catch its old messages. Okay, so if a message is older than 5 seconds, it's just gonna ignore it. It means like it's an old message we found by accident. So if too old, data, here's the message. Maybe we should check, maybe we should look at the data object first. Let's see, that's gonna make more sense. Print message data object data. Okay, and now we're gonna see the event. We're gonna see the event of the message. Okay, so check this message out. Okay, this is what we wrote, and let's see what we got on the server. We got message data object source. We have the team, we have the text. Check this message out. We have the timestamp, which is the time when the message was sent. We have the user ID, the team ID, and the type of message, etc. So okay, now I want to use this timestamp in order to tell when was the last if the message is new enough and crisp enough to use. So I'm gonna define that to old data. Now is gonna be, first of all, we need also to import time in order to know the time. So time, let's make it an int. Okay, and now message time int. We saw here that the timestamp is in TS, is in the data object TS. The thing is, if you look carefully, you'll see that it's a float with a long it's a long float, which means that's also why they pass it as a string and not as a float, because it's too hard to parse it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drop everything after the float point, the floating point, and that's how I'm going to deal with this number, because this data is we don't need this kind of precision. So I'm going to split it by the dot and then take the first part, make it int. Hello Babuali. Make it int, and then I'm gonna test if now minus message time is larger than, let's say, some threshold time. Too old threshold. Let's say make it 10 seconds. If it's larger, then return true. True means it's too old indeed, and otherwise return false. So here we're gonna check if the message, if too old, print not processing message, it's too old. Okay, let's give it a few dashes so that we can recognize it and return. Okay, so if the message, if it was a stale message that we got by accident because of this bug thing, then we're not gonna see it. Let's see how it works. Okay, there we go. Not processing message, it's too old, because it's the stale message and we don't get the annoying double repeating echo. So now let's see if the bot is still working. Hello there again. Okay, what's up? This is good. And let's look at the console. Okay, we're getting messages, all good. So we're getting messages, we're replying, all good stuff. This is pretty simple functionality. It's not very interesting. So now let's try and make a plugin which tells Chuck Norris jokes. Okay, so let's see how we do this. First of all, what we need is the jokes database. So luckily we have Chuck Norris API. Okay, I'm looking for the Chuck Norris API. API Chuck Norris IO. Okay, let's see. It's good stuff. Good stuff. We have okay, that's pretty simple API. Let's look at it. It's not too complicated. I can get a random joke or a joke in a category. So I'm just gonna go random. Okay, Chuck Norris died 10 years ago. Death is just too afraid to tell him. Okay, it's good stuff. Quality material. So let's see. Let's see how we make a bot that tells Chuck Norris jokes only if we ask him to. So okay, let's see. First of all, let's make a new plugin and call it Chuck. Okay. Second, in the bot configuration file, we need to add, like you see, we have the plugins, the repeat plugin. We also need to add the Chuck Norris plugin. So let's do it. I'm gonna call it Chuck plugin, and we also need to set it to debug. Debug. Okay. So we have this plugin now. Now Chuck. Okay, we rename the class to Chuck, and let's see. So first of all, we want to change the reply text. We don't want it to be echo. We want it to be a joke. So let's put the placeholder generic Chuck Norris joke. This is one. And second, let's say we want like a bit of sophistication in the bot. We want the bot to, yeah, there's a generic, yeah, generic Chuck Norris. So we want the bot to tell us the jokes only when we ask for it. Not like every time you tell the bot something, it will tell you something. We only want it when we precisely request for it. So let's say when you say Chuck to the bot, he will tell you a joke. So we need to say this. If data, let's look at the messages again. So we need, which field we need? We need the text field. Text field is what actually is the user what actually is saying. So if text, find text lower, let's say. So we're case insensitive. Lower, find Chuck equals 0. It means we found it. Then tell the joke. Okay, so we're gonna put it here, and let's test it. Okay, so the thing is, because we have two plugins, let's say again, because we have two plugins, what's gonna happen is they're both gonna be active. So let's see what happens when two plugins are active at the same time. I'm gonna say, first of all, we're gonna test the simple case. Hello bot. Hello bot. Does not define Chuck plugin attribute class. Okay, sorry. The path was wrong. The path to the plugin. So we need Chuck here because the file name is Chuck. Let's restart it. Okay, and now let's test it again. Hello again, bot. Okay, so we get the reply. We get the echo plugin replies as expected, and now let's say Chuck joke. So I get both generic Chuck joke and the echo bot replies. But what I don't want to happen is the echo bot to reply when the Chuck Norris joke replies. So we're gonna need to edit a bit the repeat plugin, the echo bot, so it doesn't reply if we have a Chuck Norris message. So it's gonna be just it's gonna be the same condition, but the other way around. If we find it, then return. Like if we find check in the message, then don't do anything and just return. So let's test this again. No, processing is too old. Okay. Hello there, bot. Okay, the echo bot replies and Chuck joke. We get a Chuck Norris joke. Okay, so each plugin works only with its relevant communication. Why this architecture is interesting is that if you want your bot to have multiple functionalities, you don't have to implement everything in one file or like make a super long and complicated code. You can parse it down to little functionalities and make it work like this. So okay, so this joke, the generic Chuck Norris joke, is not funny anymore. So let's get some stuff from the API. So in order to get remote stuff, I'm gonna go import requests. If you don't know requests for Python, I warmly recommend it. Okay, and now let's see. Let's look at the Chuck Norris API. So this is the line. This is the URL that gave me the joke, and I just need to look at the returning JSON. I need the value. The value is the joke. Okay, so let's go. I go requests get. Let's do some like this. Joke URL. Joke URL. I take it from here, and then the reply is gonna be our JSON, and we're gonna put the joke reply. We need value because that's our JSON here looked. Value is the actual joke. Okay, so let's see if the thing working. Okay, let's run it again. Chuck joke. Nothing's happening. What's up? Let's look at the server. Dict object has no attribute value. It's because I didn't use the right syntax. It's my bad. Because JSON, we can't use the dot notation with JSON in Python, only in JavaScript, and I got confused. This is my bad. Okay, now this should work. Okay, let's see. Tell me the Chuck joke. There you go. Chuck Norris doesn't have a shadow anymore because he round kicks a wall if it appears. Okay, another Chuck joke. Okay, there you go. We are having Chuck Norris jokes. So so this was I guess not so bad. Let's make him tell joke by categories. What do you say? So because in the API we have the category. So let's copy paste this, put it here, and category. Okay, so the joke URL, format category. The thing is, we need to make some sort of decision. How do we extract the category? So what I say we do is we take the first word, we remove Chuck from the string, and then we take the first word in the string remaining. That's gonna be, I think, the most straightforward way. So we're gonna do category text replace, I think, is the Python word for replacing. Let's make it lower as well. Lower, replace Chuck, and then split by space, is because if we have a sentence, I only want the first word, not like the first word we find, and that's it, and the first word, and this is going to be the category. If it's empty, then it's empty. Okay, we're gonna try and catch this just in case the string becomes there are no elements in the array, and except just autocomplete exception SE category will be nothing. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let's see how this works. First of all, let's check out the categories. There is an API for that as well. Okay, we have religion, explicit, dev. Okay, let's see if we can have a dev joke. So Chuck dev. Shani Marlocks, Chuck Norris. Okay, this wasn't a particularly funny joke. Let's try that again. If you and Chuck Norris happen to be wearing the same clothes, Chuck Norris is better dresser than you. Okay, maybe it doesn't get the category. What you guys say? I don't know. Let's see. Let's make him. Let's make the bot print the URL he got the joke from. Okay, so joke URL. We have in the API here, we have the URL of the joke, so we're gonna get the joke URL gonna be here. Reply URL, and then we're gonna say something like this. The joke gonna be first, then we end, and we're gonna put the URL here, format. And joke URL. Now we can actually do it like this. This will work as well. Okay, let's try. Let's try it again. Chuck dev. Okay. Whew. Okay, and the categories, it doesn't show us. That's annoying. Okay, let's see category here. Okay, we're gonna break him. We're gonna make him tell us Chuck Norris dev jokes. Okay, maybe he doesn't find any, which is a bummer. Random category. Chuck Norris compresses files by doing a flying roundhouse kick in the hard drive. Okay, so that's a problem with us, not with him. Let's see. Split, Chuck, replace. Okay. Maybe like this. And Chuck dev. Chuck dev. At least one argument given. Pardon me. Okay, and like this. 1 second, we're gonna pin the URL. Joke URL and pinned joke URL so that we see actually where it goes to get our joke. Okay, so that way is gonna be very easy for us to see if it's working as we expect it to. Okay, so first of all, Chuck dev. Chuck Norris can whistle in sign language. No category. Okay, now let's see where did it go. No category. Okay, so the extraction mechanism of the category is not working. Let's see why it is. Category data text lower replace. Replace split. Let's try it like this. Split and take the first one. This should work. Chuck dev. Okay. Data text, lower, split. Okay. Okay guys, sorry. And this should be it because I put square brackets instead of round brackets, which is pretty bad. Okay, and now ta-da, we have the Chuck. Chuck Norris can solve the towers of Hanoi in one move. That's pretty serious stuff. Chuck dev again. Chuck Norris finished World of Warcraft. That's pretty awesome thing. Okay, let's see another category. Just tested. Let's sport. Sport is pretty separate from dev. Chuck sport. Chuck Norris won Super Bowl 7 and 8 single-handedly before unexpectedly retired to pursue a career in ass kicking. Okay, so this working. The category I can remove, and that's pretty much it. So let's test if the HelloBot still works. HelloBot. Okay, and coincidentally I have another team that uses Chatbot open as well. We can test it. You see it's a different team. It's CookieTroll and this team is Tactidot. Okay, it should tell us jokes as well. Okay, into a pissing match with a flamethrower and win. Okay, that's not bad. And no category here. So we see that everything we've learned so far with the installation server and with the database and with the multiple teams, the same bot. So we're basically running a bot with multiple behaviors for multiple teams. This is pretty neat stuff. I guess that's about it for today. So if you guys have questions about implementing the behaviors of Slack bot, so this will be a good time. I'll be glad to answer your questions or anything else we've covered in the previous sessions. Okay. So if no questions, thanks for watching. You have question? Of course. And let me know. You can PM me if you have any questions. Just message me. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. If you again, it's cool. If you have questions, I'd be thanks for watching, and I'd be glad to answer. I'm gonna upload the resources now. You have the links to the repo. You can go to the project. I'm on Bitbucket. Both repos are there, and I'm gonna upload after this video. I'm gonna upload the final result of everything together with the plugins and with the stuff. Okay. If you're missing something, private message me. I'll send you the codes or like whatever's missing. Sounds good? Okay. I hope it does. So keep coding, guys, and care for Chuck Norris. Peace out.